wake up. Before the world fills your mind with fear, pressure, and doubt, stand in silence and listen to your own voice. Your life is changing every single day because of the words you repeatedly tell yourself. Most people destroy themselves quietly with negative thoughts, but today, that ends. Today, you speak power into your soul. You are not weak. You are not lost. You are not here to live an ordinary life. Inside you is strength you have never fully used, courage you have never fully trusted, and greatness waiting to awaken. Speak these 5 lines every morning, and watch your mind, energy, and entire future transform. Every morning, before the world tells you who you should be, take a moment to remember who you truly are. Most people wake up and immediately surrender their minds to fear, pressure, comparison, and distraction. But the way you speak to yourself in the morning shapes the direction of your entire day. Your inner voice becomes your reality. Carl Jung once believed that the unconscious mind quietly controls much of human life. If you do not consciously guide your thoughts, your fears will guide them for you. So every morning, stand in front of yourself. Not the mask you show the world, but the real you. And speak these 5 powerful lines with conviction. The first line is, I am stronger than my fears. Fear has stopped more dreams than failure ever could. Most people are not defeated by life. They are defeated by the fear inside their own minds. Fear whispers that you are not ready, not talented, not worthy, not capable. But understand this, fear is not truth. Fear is only a shadow created by uncertainty. The moment you face it, it begins to lose power. Every great person in history felt fear, but they moved forward anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is acting despite it. Tell yourself every morning that you are stronger than the fears trying to control you. Your mind listens to the words you repeat. Train it to believe in strength instead of weakness. The second line is, I choose growth over comfort. Comfort is dangerous because it feels safe while silently destroying potential. Human beings naturally seek comfort, but nothing extraordinary is created there. Growth begins the moment you challenge yourself, the moment you step into discomfort, uncertainty, and discipline. The strongest minds are built during difficult seasons. Every challenge you face is shaping you into a wiser, deeper, and stronger human being. Stop asking life to become easier. Ask yourself to become stronger. Each morning remind yourself that you were not born merely to survive routines. You were born to evolve, to learn, to rise beyond your limitations. The third line is, I will not let the past define me. Many people wake up every day carrying yesterday's pain like chains around their soul. Regret, mistakes, betrayal, guilt, failure. These things become prisons when you continue reliving them. But the past is a lesson, not a life sentence. You cannot change what happened, but you can decide who you become because of it. The darkest experiences often create the deepest wisdom. Your scars are proof that you survived. Do not spend your future punishing yourself for your past. Speak to yourself with forgiveness. Speak to yourself with power. Every sunrise is life giving you another chance to begin again. The fourth line is, my mind is under my control. Your mind can either become your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. Most people allow negative thoughts to dominate them without resistance. Doubt enters, and they accept it. Anxiety enters, and they surrender to it. But you must learn to observe your thoughts instead of obeying all of them. Not every thought deserves your belief. A disciplined mind creates a disciplined life. Feed your mind with purpose, clarity, gratitude, and vision. Protect your energy from negativity, comparison, and constant distraction. When your mind becomes calm, focused, and intentional, your life begins to change in powerful ways. And the fifth line is, I was created for a purpose. Never believe your life is meaningless. Deep inside you is a unique gift, a calling, a reason for your existence. The tragedy of life is not failure. It is living without ever discovering your true self. Many people spend their entire lives trying to fit into the expectations of others, while ignoring the voice within themselves. But your soul already knows who you are meant to become. Trust that journey. Even when life feels uncertain, keep moving forward. Your purpose may not reveal itself all at once, but every step of growth, pain, discipline, and self-awareness is guiding you toward it. Every morning, before the noise of the world enters your mind, speak life into yourself. Speak strength. Speak courage. Speak vision. Because the words you repeat daily become the foundation of your identity. Change your inner dialogue, and you begin changing your entire life. The world changes when you change the way you speak to yourself. Every human being carries on a conversation inside their mind every single day. Long before you speak to the world, you speak to yourself. Those silent words become beliefs, and those beliefs slowly shape your identity, your decisions, your confidence, and your future. Most people underestimate the power of their inner voice because they cannot see its effects immediately. But over time it becomes the invisible force directing their entire life. If a person constantly tells themselves they are weak, unlucky, unattractive, incapable, or destined to fail, their mind begins accepting those words as truth. Eventually, their behavior starts matching those beliefs. They hesitate, doubt themselves, avoid opportunities, and settle for less than they deserve. The tragedy is that many people destroy their potential, not because they lack talent, but because they repeatedly poison their own minds with negativity. Carl Jung believed that much of human behavior is controlled by the unconscious mind. The thoughts you repeat daily slowly enter that deeper part of the mind and begin operating automatically. This is why your inner dialogue matters so much. Your mind is always listening. Whether your words are positive or negative, your subconscious absorbs them like commands. If every morning you wake up complaining about your life, criticizing yourself, and expecting failure, your mind prepares your body and emotions for struggle. But if you wake up and speak strength, purpose, confidence, and gratitude into yourself, your energy changes, your posture changes, your actions change. Over time, your entire reality begins to change. The world outside you is heavily influenced by the world within you. People who believe in themselves naturally carry a different energy. They walk differently, speak differently, and respond to challenges differently. Confidence is not something magical given only to a few lucky people. Confidence is often built through repeated self-belief. Every successful person has faced fear, criticism, uncertainty, and failure, but what separated them from others was the voice inside their mind. Instead of repeating, "I can't," they trained themselves to say, "I will find a way." Instead of surrendering to pressure, they reminded themselves of their strength. Many people spend years waiting for motivation from others, while ignoring the power of motivating themselves. The truth is that no one speaks to you more than you speak to yourself. Your inner voice becomes your closest companion. If that voice constantly attacks you, life becomes emotionally exhausting. But if that voice supports you, encourages you, and reminds you of your worth, you become stronger even during difficult seasons. This does not mean ignoring pain or pretending life is perfect. It means refusing to let negativity become your identity. Mourning is especially powerful because the mind is highly receptive during the first moments of the day. The thoughts you feed your mind early in the morning often influence your emotional state for hours. This is why speaking positive lines to yourself every morning can slowly transform your mentality. Repeating words like, "I am strong, I am growing, I am capable, and I will overcome challenges" may sound simple, but repetition creates belief. Belief creates action. Action creates results. Your inner voice can either become the prison that limits your life or the power that unlocks your potential. The choice is made daily through the words you consistently repeat to yourself. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions a human being can experience. It can protect you in dangerous situations, but it can also become the invisible prison that keeps you trapped in an ordinary life. Most people are not destroyed by failure itself. They are destroyed by the fear of failure before they even begin. Fear convinces people to stay silent when they should speak, to stay comfortable when they should grow, and to quit when they should continue fighting. It creates hesitation, doubt, anxiety, and excuses. Over time, fear slowly steals confidence, ambition, and purpose until a person begins settling for less than they truly desire. Carl Jung understood that fear often comes from the hidden parts of the mind. Human beings carry insecurities, painful memories, self-doubt, and uncertainty deep within themselves. Instead of facing those emotions, many people try to avoid them. But avoidance only strengthens fear. The more you run from fear, the more control it gains over your life. Fear grows in darkness and hesitation. The moment you confront it directly, its power begins to weaken. Every person experiences fear differently. Some fear rejection, others fear judgment, loneliness, failure, success, or change. Some people are afraid to chase their dreams because they worry about what others will think. Others remain trapped in unhappy situations simply because the unknown feels frightening. But growth has never existed inside comfort zones. Every major transformation in life begins with discomfort. The strongest version of yourself is created in the moments when you choose courage over safety. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. Courage means taking action even while fear is present. Many people wait to feel fully confident before making a move. But confidence is usually built after action, not before it. A person becomes stronger by facing difficult conversations, taking risks, learning from failure, and refusing to quit during hard times. Every challenge you survive teaches your mind that you are more powerful than you once believed. Slowly, fear loses its control because experience replaces uncertainty. Fear also has the ability to distort reality. It makes problems appear larger than they truly are. The human mind often imagines worst-case scenarios that never happen. A person may spend months worrying about failure, embarrassment, or rejection, only to realize later that their fears were exaggerated. This is why discipline is more important than emotion. If you only act when you feel fearless, you will remain stuck for most of your life. But if you train yourself to move forward despite fear, your entire future changes. The people who achieve greatness are not fearless people. They are people who refuse to let fear decide their destiny. They understand that pain, setbacks, and uncertainty are part of growth. They do not interpret fear as a signal to stop. They interpret it as a sign that they are moving beyond their limitations. Every morning, when you remind yourself that fear will not control your choices, you reclaim power over your life. The moment you stop obeying fear is the moment you begin discovering your true strength. Behind every fear you conquer is a stronger, wiser, and more confident version of yourself waiting to emerge. Many people spend years trapped inside memories that no longer exist. They replay old mistakes, painful experiences, failures, betrayals, and regrets over and over again until the past begins controlling their present life. Instead of moving forward with confidence, they carry emotional weight everywhere they go. The mind constantly reminds them of who they used to be, what they lost, or what went wrong. Over time, this creates guilt, shame, insecurity, and hopelessness. A person may begin believing that one failure defines their entire identity. But no human being is meant to remain imprisoned by their past forever. Carl Jung believed that human beings must confront and understand their inner struggles instead of hiding from them. Painful experiences are part of life, but suffering becomes permanent when a person refuses to heal, learn, and grow beyond those experiences. The past should serve as a teacher, not as a prison. Every difficult moment carries a lesson capable of strengthening wisdom, emotional depth, and self-awareness. The problem is that many people focus so much on their wounds that they forget their ability to recover. Failure is one of the biggest reasons people become trapped mentally. Society often teaches people to fear failure as if it is proof of weakness or worthlessness. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey towards success. Every strong person has experienced disappointment, rejection, mistakes, and setbacks. What separates successful people from others is their ability to continue moving forward, despite those experiences. A person who refuses to let the past define them develops resilience. And resilience creates strength that cannot be gained through comfort alone. Pain can also shape identity in dangerous ways. Someone who was rejected may begin believing they are unlovable. Someone who failed may begin believing they are incapable. Someone who suffered betrayal may begin distrusting everyone around them. These beliefs slowly become mental chains. The mind starts interpreting every new situation through the lens of old pain. This is why healing requires conscious effort. You must separate who you are from what happened to you. Your experiences are chapters in your life, but they are not the entire story. Forgiveness is another important part of breaking free from the past. Many people think forgiveness means approving harmful actions, but true forgiveness is about releasing yourself from emotional captivity. Carrying anger, bitterness, or hatred for years damages your peace more than anyone else's. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. People torture themselves mentally for mistakes they made years ago. They replay moments they cannot change and punish themselves endlessly. But growth becomes impossible when you are constantly attacking yourself for being imperfect. Every sunrise represents another opportunity to begin again. Human beings are constantly evolving. The person you were 5 years ago is not the same person you are today. Your mindset, wisdom, emotional strength, and understanding of life continue changing through experience. This means your future does not need to mirror your past. You have the power to create new habits, new beliefs, new goals, and a new direction for your life. The strongest people are not those who never suffered. They are the ones who refuse to let suffering become their identity. When you stop allowing the past to define your worth, you finally create space for growth, peace, confidence, and transformation. The human mind is one of the most powerful forces in existence. It can create visions, solve problems, inspire greatness, and transform lives, but it can also create fear, anxiety, confusion, and self-destruction when left uncontrolled. Many people spend their lives trying to control external situations while completely ignoring the condition of their own minds. They want success, peace, confidence, and happiness. Yet their thoughts remain filled with negativity, distraction, anger, comparison, and doubt. The quality of your life is deeply connected to the quality of your thinking. If your mind is undisciplined, your emotions become unstable, your decisions become impulsive, and your future becomes uncertain. Carl Jung believed that much of human behavior is influenced by unconscious patterns hidden beneath awareness. This means many people are controlled by thoughts and emotions they do not fully understand. They react automatically to stress, fear, criticism, or temptation, without ever questioning why. True personal transformation begins when you become aware of your own mind. Awareness gives you the power to observe your thoughts instead of becoming a prisoner to them. Most people believe every thought that enters their mind. If negative thoughts appear, they immediately accept them as truth. A person may think, "I am not good enough, I will fail, or nobody cares about me," and over time those thoughts begin shaping their identity. But thoughts are not always facts. The mind constantly produces fears, assumptions, and emotional reactions based on past experiences and insecurities. Learning to control your mind's learning to separate reality from mental noise. Discipline is essential for mental mastery. Just as the body becomes stronger through physical training, the mind becomes stronger through mental training. Every day you must consciously decide what you allow into your mind. The books you read, the conversations you entertain, the people around you, the content you consume, and the thoughts you repeat all influence your mentality. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, your energy becomes heavy and hopeless. But when you feed your mind with purpose, wisdom, gratitude, and focus, your inner world begins changing. A controlled mind also creates emotional stability. Life will always contain challenges, disappointments, pressure, and uncertainty. You cannot control everything happening around you, but you can control how you respond. Weak minds react emotionally to every problem. Strong minds remain calm under pressure. This calmness is not natural for most people. It is developed through self-awareness and discipline. When you learn to pause before reacting, you stop allowing emotions to control your decisions. Distraction is another major enemy of the mind in modern life. Many people cannot sit alone with their thoughts for even a few minutes because their attention is constantly consumed by noise, social media, comparison, and endless stimulation. A distracted mind loses clarity and purpose. This is why silence, reflection, and focus are so important. Some of the greatest insights and breakthroughs come during moments of stillness when you reconnect with yourself. Fostering your mind does not mean becoming emotionless. It means becoming conscious. It means refusing to let fear, anger, insecurity, or negativity dominate your life. When your mind becomes focused and disciplined, your actions become intentional, your confidence grows stronger, and your entire life begins moving in a more powerful direction. Many people go through life feeling lost because they spend more time trying to meet the expectations of others than trying to understand themselves. From a young age, society teaches people what success should look like, how they should behave, what they should pursue, and who they should become. Over time, many individuals disconnect from their true identity. They begin living according to pressure, comparison, fear, and approval rather than purpose. This creates emptiness inside the soul because deep down every human being desires meaning. People do not simply want to exist. They want to feel that their life matters. Carl Jung believed that one of the most important journeys in life is the journey toward discovering the true self. He described this process as individuation, the gradual awakening of a person's authentic identity beyond social masks and external expectations. Most people wear different masks to fit into society. They hide their fears, suppress their emotions, and pretend to be someone they are not in order to gain acceptance. But a person can never experience true fulfillment while living disconnected from their inner self. Every individual carries unique strengths, talents, perspectives, and potential within them. No two human beings are exactly the same. This uniqueness is not accidental. Your struggles, experiences, personality, and dreams all shape the purpose you are meant to fulfill. Some people discover their purpose through creativity, leadership, helping others, building something meaningful, or overcoming hardship. Purpose does not always appear suddenly, like a dramatic revelation. Often it reveals itself slowly through growth, curiosity, discipline, and life experience. One reason many people fail to discover their purpose is because they fear uncertainty. Finding your true path often requires stepping away from comfort, approval, and familiarity. It requires honesty with yourself. Sometimes this means admitting that the life you are living does not align with who you truly are. Many people remain trapped in situations that drain them emotionally, simply because they are afraid of change. But purpose cannot grow where authenticity is absent. Pain also plays a powerful role in discovering meaning. Some of the strongest and wisest people found purpose through suffering. Difficult experiences force human beings to grow deeper emotionally and spiritually. Pain teaches lessons that comfort never could. A person who has suffered may develop compassion, resilience, wisdom, or strength that later helps others. Even struggles that once seemed meaningless can eventually become part of a greater purpose. Comparison is another major obstacle. In modern society, people constantly compare their success, appearance, achievements, and progress to others. This creates insecurity and self-doubt. But purpose is personal. Your journey was never meant to look exactly like someone else's. A flower and a tree both grow beautifully, but they grow differently. The moment you stop comparing yourself to others, you create space to focus on your own growth and calling. Purpose also requires patience. Many people become discouraged because they expect immediate clarity about their future. But life unfolds step by step. Sometimes your purpose is discovered through years of learning, failing, healing, and evolving. Every experience shapes you into the person you are becoming. Even moments of confusion can guide you toward deeper understanding. The moment you begin living according to your true self, instead of seeking constant approval from the world, you experience a deeper sense of freedom, confidence, and meaning. A purposeful life is not necessarily a perfect life, but it is a life filled with direction, authenticity, and inner fulfillment.